Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatina Faiza binti Jailani. My student ID will be 2018495746. So today I'm going to present about the artificial intelligence, or known as AI, in staffing organization. So we will start with our first slide, which is introduction. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is a technology that demonstrated by a machine, and typically it will require the human intelligence in it. So what is different between the human intelligence and also artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is adapted by a machine or a computer, adapt very quickly, very fast, and it designed by human. Compared to human intelligence is more powerful as human more emotional, have an empathy, and also have a self-awareness and have a very good memories compared to other machines. So for this AI, most of the company has started to implement it in every sector. So for this topic, we will discuss about the AI tools in the recruitment process. So for the second slide, it will be the challenges of AI in recruiting talents candidates. So the first challenges will be by bias. So bias is actually we use the AI technologies to reduce the biasness, but then we just thought that the AI can reduce the bias, but still the bias is still happen in the AI technologies. Take Amazon as an example because Amazon they give the data, the past data that have a bias in the data, which is mean they more prefer men candidates rather than the woman candidates. They give the data to the AI tools, so AI implement it, analyze the data, and they implement the data to the new recruitment. So the result will be out. All the candidates that have been chosen is only the man candidates only, and there's no woman candidates. Even if the woman candidates is more qualified and more suitable for the work. So Amazon have declared that they have failed for this AI and have dropped everything. So and then the second one will be the not user friendly. As we know, one of the advantage for the AI, which is the chat box. What is chat box? Chat box is like a virtual help desk that help the candidates in require more information. But then this one, as they mentioned, it's not user friendly because normally AI tools chatbot is computer generated. So if let's say the candidate is asking like an emotional question or any empathy question that cannot be understood by the chatbot will ask the candidates to rephrase again and again and again until the chatbots can give an answer. Normally the answer will be the same because it's computerized, already generated, so they only give the automated reply only. So that is why the candidates will feel that this chatbot is not user friendly. Other than that, there's a good impact to the AI in the recruitment process, which is mean it will save time. This one, based on the studies, they shows that of using the traditional method, the recruiter will send roughly around 23 hours for a single candidate to them to analyze the resume and then check the background and everything. So it takes times 23 hours, roughly 23 hours. So that is why we say that the AI is save a lot times to the recruiter because this one we just give a data. What is the data that we need? What is the requirement that we need? So the AI tools will help to filter everything and that we just get the result. And for the result, we will schedule the interview and that we will schedule the meeting with them. So it will save times for the recruiter, and also it will there's no lost potential candidates because normally if we use the traditional method, for recruitment, if let's say you have 1 to 200 applicants, but then a very good candidates is around roughly around 50 to 70 applicant, you might lose the potential candidates because it will take times for the recruiter to check one by one for the resume. So that is why when you use the an AI in the recruitment industry, we will not lose the potential candidates. But then beside having a good impact, they also have a drawbacks. So for this one, the first one, it will take times to master. Even if with the new generation that grow up with the along with the technology, they will think that AI is one of the software and technologies that take time to master it. And then other than that, it will be less emotion. Just now that I mentioned, for this automatic AI, it will less emotion because there's no touch of human, there's no empathy, and it will be less emotion because all is too robotic to the candidates. So this one we will move along. For the third slide will be suggestion. The first one will be provide guidance to candidates. Provide guidance to candidates because normally not much candidates that understand what is AI. Not all of them that familiar with the AI. So it will be better if the employer provide the guidance to the candidates to show what to do first, what to do next, and what to do after this. So the guidance is a very important to the candidates because it's just not the younger candidates that will apply for the job. There's older candidates that not familiar also with the AI. So the second suggestion will be strong security. Strong security meaning that if you start use the computer, the software platform. So this one is an open platform, open to the cyber criminal. So fraud can be happen sometime for this one. Normally, if let's say one of the candidate is a criminal fraud for criminal cyber, they will give you some either the link or some link that might can hack the company data. So this one they might use the candidate's data for the criminal reason, or worse come worse, they will use the company data that they can be hit, either they sold the data to the competitors, or they will use the data to put against the company. And the third one will be carefully in giving data to AI tools. As we know, AI tools will be reflected the company image. If you're giving a wrong data, a not complete data to the AI, so this one all the result because the AI they would analyze based on the data that we give. The company give data to the AI. So if let's say you give a wrong data, incomplete data, and biased data, so the result will be biased also. Take Amazon as an example because they provide the data, the previous data that show that they biased toward women. So that's why the result also shows that they also biased toward the women's. So, and the fourth one will be use variety types of recruitment. This one because now they use the AI tools. So AI tools they have a various recruitment type actually for this one, not just resume. Because resume it just cannot shows the applicant's attitude, applicant's capability, applicant's any self assessment they can't see it through the resume or curriculum vitae. So this one may suggest either doing the video resume or any self assessment that we can show to the employer to to get the employee attention. The video resume is one of the a very good platform because the employer can see how the employee, the candidates react and how the candidates will shows the capabilities, their skills and their quality and many things that can show from the video actually. So for sum up, AI make hiring process become better and more efficient. Even if it's still relate bias, that one can be reduced with given the right data without the incomplete data, the wrong data. So they need to give a correct data. So there will not be bias after that. So it is now a reality that AI is a more and more efficient and already been implemented for a company for their benefit. So that's all from my end. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.